Dude, are you starting with your shirt on today?
Yeah, I figured I'd try something different, but I'll be honest with you. I don't feel comfortable, so I'm going to kick my shoes off real quick.
Shoes off, shirt on.
Shoes off, shirt on.
Hello out there, all my glorious lads and lasses. Come, join us in our weekly attempt at conquering the wildest, wackiest, most awesomely weird and outrageous questions we can find as we scour all corners of the internets. Welcome to Fraternize with These Guys. I'm your host, Pastor Pinewood, and as always, I'm joined today by a shoeless man that needs no introduction.
Beezy.
Thank you for not doing the obnoxious Beezy.
I mean, I can still do it if you want me to.
It's like every other episode.
I'm just keeping everybody on their toes.
Shoeless toes today.
Shoeless toes today.
Well, we're super glad you're here joining us for episode 129.
Yes, 129.
It's the last episode we get to do the one-ty thing.
I know, it's a sad day.
I'm kind of sad about it. Well, I'm happy you guys have given up a little bit of your time to take a peek behind the madness that is our two brains working together in overtime.
Yes.
To bring you just a spot of relief from the everyday hustle and bustle of life, to give you a glimpse of the absurdities that are out there. And my goodness, there are some absurd things on the internet.
There's some good stuff, buddy.
And so much so that we're going to introduce a brand new segment today about absurdities. And stick around for that because we're going to need your help with a little bit of naming the segment.
Could be fun.
Yeah, it could be fun. And we should also mention that both of us are fresh back from a little vacay.
Yeah, we are. I took the wife down to Fredericksburg for little anniversaries. And,
Nice. Now, did she pick that, or is that a Beezy thing?
Well, it was kind of a joint decision. We both we went there for our honeymoon. So we I know. I see you looking at that koozie, and it does not have anything.
I was really excited for a second. So the running joke so far is we've given away like 10 koozies, and we got a bunch of them for sale. And old Pastor Pinewood has yet to receive a koozie.
Yeah, you haven't helped me make it yet.
I got to help you make one. So y'all went to Fredericksburg.
Yeah, we went to Fredericksburg. It was just because it was our 5-year anniversary. So
beautiful.
We went there for our honeymoon.
All right.
And
because you didn't take one in the beginning.
What do you mean?
You didn't take a honeymoon in the beginning.
No, we did. That's where we went for our honeymoon.
Oh, okay. I was.
And this is our 5-year anniversary. So
another
we decided
honeymoon.
to recreate the honeymoon again.
Beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, it was a really good time.
And I did something similar. So we did not take a honeymoon when we got married. And so this year the wife wanted to go see Magnolia Silo's Chris and Joanna Gaines thing.
That sounds terrible.
Well, I'll admit, look, it was definitely a trip for the wife.
Sure.
It was a honeymoon, quote unquote, because we didn't take one.
Right.
And she was like, we should go do something. I was like, well, you plan it. And she did. She did a great job. And we got down there, had great amenities. She had everything taken care of. And I'm for against it.
I seen some of the pictures. You looked like you were having a decent time.
You know what's really funny?
Did you fish?
No.
Oh, my goodness.
No. So there's two things that are pretty funny about it and also a little bit sad.
Okay.
The wife told me we're right by Lake Waco.
Mm-hmm.
It's springtime. Like, it's right now. Now's the time to be fishing.
Sure.
And if you're going to catch something from the bank, like, now's a good time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So she said, we have one afternoon, and I'll give you a couple of hours. And I was like, sweet. And I was like, I'm going to sneak a fishing rod, and I'm just going to go down, kind of dip my toe in the water a little bit.
Dip my toe to jacuzzi, baby.
And so I got in the house, and we were loading everything up, and I picked out one rod that I was going to take, and I took it to the hallway to turn off the air conditioner before we left so it wouldn't run all week. And I left it right there. And so whether it was...
You sabotaged yourself.
I did. Whether it was a God thing or I don't know what it was, but I did not fish the whole time I was there.
Oh, man.
And speaking of pictures, I hate taking pictures. Like it's a bane of my existence.
Yeah, it looked like it.
The one picture that I took where I was actually smiling big enough where you could actually see my teeth, like a legit smile, was when I was holding the hand of the Bucky statue at Bucky's.
Speaking of, I heard you got something for me.
I do have something for you.
You got me a koozie, right?
I did, and I did not bring it to Lubbock.
I think that's fair.
That's so sad because I got you a great little Buc-ee's cube. The wife had never been to a Buc-ee's.
Oh, isn't it divine?
It's wonderful. And she was like, what's the big deal? What's the big deal?
I mean, what's the big deal about puppies, everybody?
Until she got there. And she realized it's a
yeah,
fantastic place.
This is heaven on earth.
All right, so the greatest thing and the worst thing that happened was I found a wonderful shop in Waco called Pinewood.
Yes.
And on top of that, to make it even bigger, better, and badder, it was Pinewood's Coffee and Beer.
I mean, that's just perfect.
That's my shop. Like,
that
I could buy
literally should be yours.
Okay, we had to go.
Okay. Well, I mean, duh.
So we're leaving Waco. We had a little bit of time that morning. We go in, and it was horrible. It was a horrible place. I was so disappointed.
Really?
Yes. It was like, it was filled with a bunch of hipsters, first and foremost.
Oh.
Okay, so like college hipsters. So automatically bad vibe, not feeling it.
So definitely kind of like an Austin Snow White Logan hangout.
Yep, Logan would be very well suited for this place. You go in, and I said, all I want the largest black coffee you got. And they were like, we only have one size. And I was like, fine, I'll take that. I just want a black coffee. And they were like, okay. And they gave it to me. And I swear to you, I'm not exaggerating. The coffee cup was an 8-ounce coffee cup.
And that's the only size
the
they have?
only size that they offered. And I was
how
like,
do you call yourself a coffee shop if you only got one size?
I was like, this is a warm-up coffee to the actual coffee.
To the real deal. Now, where's Ashton Kutcher? Am I getting punked here?
Do you have a glass in the back or something I can have? And then I said, okay, well, it's mid-morning. We want something to eat for the road. What do you got? Like, we don't serve food till noon. So what kind of coffee place is it? You don't have a muffin or
no scones or some biscottis?
I'd take a biscotti at this point. Like, do you have anything? No, we don't serve anything till noon. Okay, you have one chance to redeem yourself.
Got some crackers in my backpack.
I bet they'd be some pretty powerful crackers. You know what I'm saying?
Probably so.
Show me your beer selection then. We don't open our beer selection till noon.
Oh, man.
The building was huge. It was like this huge wraparound building, and they had these big windows. I could see their beer coolers in the back with all the gloriousness that is the Pinewood Beer Company, right?
And you couldn't even sample the nectar.
Couldn't access it.
Oh, that is terrible.
So Pinewood Coffee and Beer, you really need to get your crap together.
Right?
So at the very least, get a respectable size cup of
You
coffee.
should have asked if you could use a beer mug for a coffee.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, they probably wouldn't have offered that till noon.
Sorry, we don't unlock the beer case, the beer cans until after lunch.
But ironically, you could go to their little courtyard area, and they had like 4 food trucks there.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
No, it doesn't. It makes zero sense.
Why not serve food when you can also have food trucks outside?
Yeah, it makes. Anyway, it was. I was very excited about it, and it was a supreme letdown.
Man, that's terrible.
It is terrible, but I'm glad to be back in the good old Texas Panhandle.
Yes, sir.
Glad to be back home, and glad to be in the doghouse today.
That's right, buddy.
1T9 coming at you hot from the doghouse.
Doghouse now. Yeah, buddy.
Good stuff.
Yes, sir. Well, so while we got to let's try a little. Leave that rocking behind.
All right.
So we'll do some plugging real quick on the socials. Check us out on Facebook, FWTG Podcast. I guess it's at FWTG Podcast, or you can search for Fraternize with These Guys. We're also on Instagram. You can go find us on Discord. I've been cranking out some content on Discord.
So I'm new to Discord. I'm really digging it.
Yeah, it's awesome. We don't have any moderators. So
nice.
You won't
Who
get
knows?
kicked off. I promise you, we won't put you in timeout.
That goes for you too, Logan.
Yes. The Discord link is on the Facebook page, and it's also on the website. The website is www.fwtgpodcast.com. Do we even need to say www anymore?
So my 13-year-old niece informed me that that's no longer cool to say www.
wwws.
And I remember at one point, like, you couldn't even access anything on the interwebs.
Yeah, without the wwws. So the 13-year-old niece said, "No, quit doing that.
Yeah, we got to nix it.
You sound dated, folks." So go to the website, fwtgpodcast.com. On the website, you could leave us an email with what you would like to purchase for the merch. We don't have the merch store up and running just yet.
It's coming, folks. It's coming.
We've got some dope mugs getting made, some beer steins.
And they are legit.
Yes, and that's coming from my Bellish, my friend Myra. She's making some mugs for us. We've got some pop sockets.
Nice.
I didn't know what those were, but those are the things you plug on the back of your phone to hold.
Yeah, there you go.
We've got shirts. We can get the hashtag Plumperable shirts.
Beauty.
We're in development right now to get us some of the Squiggly Diggly shirts because I know you're wanting one of them.
I'm going to rock the heck out of a Squiggly Diggly shirt.
So, yeah, and if you've got ideas for other merch, man, shoot us an email. It'd be awesome.
For sure.
The greatest thing about the website is you can leave us a voicemail. It's the blue circle in the bottom right-hand corner that's got a little microphone in there. Click on it, leave us a voicemail, you can be on the air.
We'll play you.
Yes.
Totally will. Well, let's get into our flagship, what everybody comes for, a little libations.
Mm-hmm. Libations!
We got a good one for libations this week.
We do.
It's pretty tasty. This comes from Gang Brewery in Cooperstown, New York.
New York.
So we go from a pretty good stretch of Texas beers.
Yeah.
Had a good run there.
We did.
Texas
We
beers. Did. And now we're going way away from Texas.
Which is up there close to where Sean lives. One of our other big-time listener, an OG listener.
An OG. Speaking of OG, we are in the works, hopefully, fingers crossed, getting a new logo.
Yes.
And all of the old school logo stuff will kind of go away after that. Mm-hmm. So if you got any of the merch with the OG logo on it, you know,
it's gonna be worth millions.
When we're famous, like it's gonna be worth some bucks.
Yeah, get some of that OG scratch.
And if if you want me to sign it, I totally will.
Oh, for sure.
But I'm gonna need $5.
$5. I mean, it's or $20, so you can, and that's going to be on a monthly recurring.
Now that's if you want a seat on the spaceship that's going to take you away from the Earth when it implodes. Good old Pastor Pinewood will save you a spot, but man, you got to get on right now.
I'm telling you,
there's not very many seats.
I've already got mine.
Yep, BZ's taken care of.
Sweet.
So Gang Brewery is a really interesting brewery up there in Cooperstown, and they say the tradition of the brewery is dated all the way back to 1549. So they claimed that a Holy Roman Emperor King Charles V visited medieval Brussels in 1549, and to welcome the king, all these different people, merchants, vendors, cooks, breweries, musicians, theater troupes, dancers, all these folks joined in to celebrate his entourage as it passed by, and it kind of became a parade, and it was known as the Gang Parade, and hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. It means coming together and walking about. So it's like this old-timey
walkabout.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it too. And
I like
also
the name.
a little bit of kickback to the monks.
The monks.
The monks are involved in everything, apparently.
Damn monks is all over the place.
But they do make some good brews.
That's true.
So
that's true.
You can go visit this place. It's wonderful. It says it's been there for over 100 years. Wow. And they just keep adding on. They got a ton of beer selection. You can find them at ommegang.com, OMMEGANG.com. www is apparently optional.
So what's the particular beverage we're having today?
All right, so today we are having the Three Philosophers Double Chocolate.
Oh boy.
Yes, and I love the bottle and or can.
Okay.
So you can get them in both, and the artwork is phenomenal. And I'll just read you a little bit what they say about it. They say, this heavenly concoction pours a deep caramel in color with mahogany flecks. I wonder if they just chop mahogany wood and it just ends up in there.
It's made of rich mahogany and several leather-bound books.
Okay. Mahogany flecks topped by a foamy tan head, semi-sweet cacao, and subtle vanilla prevail in the aroma. Now, that's before you even drink it.
Oh, my gosh.
All of that. Then it says the mouthfeel is textured and full-bodied with caramel, toffee, and dark fruit wrapped in the embrace of rich, decadent chocolate, culminating in a refreshingly smooth, lingering finish.
Huh.
Lots of words for a beer.
Is a mouthful.
So we will be the ones to tell you whether or not it is
actually a mouthful.
Whether it's cracked up to be. So let's take a moment to get into this.
There once was a cat with a hungry belly. The name of the cat was Whiskers Jelly. His throat was dry and his paw was bare. Meow, me furry cats meow. Soon may the occasion come with birds and mice.
I freaking love that shanty.
Yeah, me too.
Trailer
That's
Park
good
Boys.
stuff.
Those guys are goofers.
Well, I will tell you, initial taste is downright tasty.
Yeah, and my goodness, it's a heavy one, man. I'm trying to see what the ABV is on this puppy. 9.7.
Yeah, 9.7. IBU units is 21, so it's kind of right there at the beginning stages of bitterness. It does have a bit of a bitterness bite towards the end.
Yeah, agreed.
I can taste everything. Thankfully, I don't get any of the mahogany flecks.
Yeah.
Because I was not looking forward to that.
No, I will say the first time that I had this, and we had another beer that was very similar, where the first time I had it, it was like super chilled.
Yep.
And this one is rested for a little while.
Yep.
I'd say it's probably in the 60-degree realm.
Maybe.
And I gotta say, I like it a lot better at this temperature than I did the last time. It definitely bites more.
I agree. And I would say any of these beers that you have, especially, so there's a couple that really pair well to being really cold. And so your IPAs, your ales, lagers, the colder the better. But some of these deeper bodied beers, lukewarm even, cowboy cold, whatever you want to call it, it really nuances the flavor.
Sure.
I like the malt. I can definitely hit that caramel coming out, or caramel if you want to be redneck about it, whatever.
It's caramel.
And there's some hops in there too.
There is.
And I'm digging it.
I think that's why I'm not digging it near as much, because I am getting that hoppiness.
Yep.
I am getting the hoppiness, but I do like that initial punch factor that it's got, because it almost tastes like a car bomb, and you're getting that first little bit of that Jameson.
I don't know if they'd be happy about you saying it tastes like a car bomb.
I mean, Guinness. How do you go wrong with Guinness? But
I don't know how to describe it, but it's got a little bit of a yeasty taste too, like a bread yeast.
I don't get that one.
Okay, I don't know. It's a great beer, and I really enjoy. And even on sipping it a little bit more, you get a little bit of that fruit flavor too.
Okay.
So it's.
I haven't come across the fruit, because it says on the can it's got little cherries.
I'm really impressed with the complexity.
Yeah, there's a lot of flavors.
Yeah, and on their can, I just saw this. It does recommend to serve it at 50 degrees.
Okay, so we're probably within the range.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh shoot, there's the cherries.
You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the back end, just very subtle.
Yeah, it's
very subtle.
It's a blossoming beer.
Huh.
So I'm a fan. This
definitely not a shotgunner.
Nope. This is one of those low and slow.
Low and slow, baby.
But I think you know what? Colorado. Sit around a campfire with a cigar.
Beauty.
This would be a great beer.
Yeah.
Be a great beer. All right. I'm going to give it an 87.
87. Really?
87. Wonderful, full-bodied, lots of flavors, and complex. I think they miss. Well, I don't know if they miss because we're not beer experts or anything. I could not do. I don't even know if I could finish the can.
Yeah,
it's heavy.
It's real heavy. I'm going to finish at the can. I'll probably finish yours too.
You're easy
because I'm a champion. But I mean, that's how I roll. On that note, I think I'm gonna give it a 77.
77.
A 77.
It's quite a bit lower than I expected.
It's good, but I just don't feel like it doesn't deserve a B.
Interesting.
So just a high C.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that.
Okay. You're gonna let it end on high C?
On a high C.
I'm gonna go back and check to see what note that actually is.
Oh, dude.
It might be a high C. You might have nailed it.
I doubt it.
And there are people out there right now that are thinking the punch.
Yeah.
Us musicians, we're thinking high C's, and a lot of people are like,
high C. Why is he talking? Why is he singing a note? He's talking about Hawaiian Punch.
All right, so great beer. Go check them out. It does say that you can order stuff online, but of course, check your local regs, all that good stuff. And I would assume, since we can find it here in Texas, they have national distribution.
I would assume so.
So you should be able to find it.
Because I think I picked this up at Specs, I believe.
Which is a local store.
Well, it's a local chain. They've got them all throughout Texas.
Okay.
several other places, I believe, but I picked it up at Specs.
And I did talk to a guy that has a brewery. They don't have national distribution yet. He said one of the greatest things you can do for the small breweries.
Was it at Pinewoods?
No.
Oh.
No, I didn't spend any time in there that I didn't have to.
There.
He wasn't there until noon.
Well, makes sense.
They said the greatest thing you can do for these small breweries is to ask your retailers to look into their products.
Oh.
So talk to your owners of Specs and your various liquor stores. Ask them to try to get their beers.
Yeah, try and carry it.
And said that's one of the best things you can do for small breweries.
Well, there you go.
So
definitely worth a taste.
Yep.
And certainly a go back. I'd probably pick up another. And this does come in a 4-pack. And these are, what size are these?
They're a bit
these
pricey.
These are pints.
Okay.
So you get
$12? Is that right?
Yeah, I think it was $12-13 for the 4-pack. But it's definitely worth a second visit.
Yep, for sure. Let's get out of our libations today and go right into 4 questions. 4 questions. I didn't qualify it. This is our Armada section.
The Armada. Armada.
I always struggle with our Armada.
Our Armada?
Because I'm like, Armada. The mush mouth over here.
Oh, good stuff. So this question is coming in from Jimmy.
Jimmy?
And there's you literally just get a question, no descriptions afterwards. So the question is, I just ate unwashed organic carrots. Will I die?
That's it?
That's all you get?
Well,
answer away.
Off the cuff, I would say probably not. I think you're going to be just fine.
Oh, see, because I'm going complete opposite.
Okay.
Yes, you're almost dead already.
Oh, shoot, they're almost dead.
Yeah, it was organic and unwashed carrots.
Yes.
So there's no telling what animal butt's been on that.
Well, I can assure you that probably cow, rabbit.
You look like a rabbit.
Maybe some lamb.
Lamba?
Goat.
Goat poops.
Yep. And chicken.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Quail.
You got dysentery, bro.
There's a variety of poo that is in our dirt.
He certainly needs to go see a doctor.
I think, what's his name? Jimmy?
Jimmy.
I think Jimmy's going to be just fine.
Jimmy, don't listen to Pinewood. What you're going to want to do, take out a $1 million life insurance policy.
Oh, dang, son.
I'm going to need you to sign me over as your primary, or not your primary, but what is that?
Beneficiary?
Yeah, there you go. Beneficiary. I sold insurance for like 38 years, so I should have known that. But I'll be your primary beneficiary. And you can also make Pinewood the alternate beneficiary. So in case he knocks me off before you go, then he gets it.
You know what else you could do?
But we got to use that to pay off the podcast equipment anyways.
Okay.
So for sure, you're going to want to do the life insurance policy first and foremost.
Okay. As a rider on the life insurance policy, he could give me $20 a month to insure his spot on a spaceship.
Ah, brilliant. Yes.
And if you're in charge, you got to make sure I get that $20.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. We can do that.
That's a win-win.
So then if he does keel over, he still has a guaranteed spot.
That's right. He's going to live forever.
I mean, golden.
Yeah.
You were golden, Jimmy.
Jimmy, welcome to the spaceship. Wait, I'm sorry. We got to call it the life ship.
The life ship.
It's the life ship that will get you off the planet. If you don't know what we're talking about, you should go back and listen to the last episode.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
It was good. Really fun times. So, Jimmy, okay, I will say, just as a little caveat, and in all seriousness, most of us could probably afford to eat a little bit more dirt-ridden things because, as a whole, our immune system sucks.
Yeah, it's garbage.
And so
that's why I was telling him he's probably already dead.
Oh yeah, because he doesn't normally eat this stuff.
He doesn't eat this stuff.
Okay.
He's just venturing into the world of organics, and he just happened to grab a unwashed carrot. So there's gonna be, they probably use chicken poo as fertilizer.
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, he's definitely got poo organisms on that.
Okay.
And he's consumed it. So,
well, you know that you can't just put chicken poo direct on the garden. It has to compost first.
Well, we don't know how that one was set up.
If it grew, it doesn't have fresh chicken poo on it because it's impossible.
If it grew, it wasn't fresh poo.
You do have to compost it. I do not grow organically because organic's just a label given by the government. You got to go through a bunch of hoops. And I routinely eat things from my garden directly with no washing.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm fine.
Ish.
I mean, I've only pooped my pants in the past 6 months like 3 times.
Once on record.
So we're fine. Jimmy, you're going to be all right. You're going to pull through. However,
just to be safe, go ahead and take out the insurance
I was going to
policy.
say, however, go ahead and take that life insurance policy out.
Because you certainly want to guarantee your spot on the life ship.
Yep. Send us the documentation. We'll sign it.
Yep.
And that signing will cost you an extra $5.
An extra $5
per signature. So if you got 15 pages for us to sign, that's going to get a bit pricey.
But it'll be worth it in the long run.
In the long run.
Just think about your future, Jimmy.
All right, question number 2.
Question number 2. This is coming in from Carlos.
Okay.
So he asks a question, and then he lists several examples. Okay, so Carlos was wanting to know, what is the best tasting animal meat you've ever eaten? Beef, lamb, fish, pork, turkey, chicken, ostrich, snake, lizard, dog, cat, insects.
Wow, he went to dog and cat.
I know.
That's okay. I'm curious. He missed a bunch.
There's quite a bit.
There's
no fishes.
No fishes?
There's no fishes on that list.
I wonder if some people don't classify fish as a meat. Like it's their own thing. Like pescatarians only eat fish and vegetables, and they still claim to be meatless.
It's literally meat.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's flesh. Okay,
So they're stupid.
yeah, that's stupid. Now, I don't like fish, and so it definitely isn't going to make the top 10.
Fair.
But there's some other things he didn't include that I've heard are very good.
Okay.
Like beaver and mountain lion and possum.
Oh, possums.
Are you laughing at the term beaver?
Beaver.
You're such a child.
Yeah. I have to say I like beaver.
Well, I'm going to leave it at that. As always, innuendos are free. I will say on my bucket list in life is to go backwoods and trap beavers in the wild.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that.
Sure.
And trapping is becoming banned in a lot of places. So I feel like my chances are becoming more and more limited.
We've got to do that in Colorado this year.
Can't.
They banned
it?
Oh, man.
Banned. Now, I will say I have to check because where we go is federal land, and I think it's still legal on federal land, but it is banned on state land if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting.
I know New Mexico just passed the ban on state land. So you can no longer trap on state land.
Freaking New Mexico, man.
Yep. God dang hippies. You know where they'd fit in? Pinewood, coffee, and beer.
Oh, well, yeah, they're...
And Austin. So maybe the better way to say that is Pinewood, coffee, and beer would fit more in Austin.
In Austin,
yeah.
for sure.
All right, so any answers?
Man, it's crazy. Everybody on this list is basically beef and chicken is their favorite.
And their favorite?
Yeah, which blows my mind because there's so much more meat on this planet.
Yeah, and if I could afford
that is phenomenal.
If I could afford it,
oh yeah,
I wouldn't be eating beef and chicken.
Buffalo,
for sure. Buffalo,
man, hands down. I love ground buffalo.
Yep.
It's a gang out of buffalo.
Man, we should have had that queued up.
We should have.
That's a great song. Also, I know he listed lamb. Does anybody mention lamb in the?
No. There's one person that says venison.
Okay, I'll give venison that's a good one.
It's good. It's good. I actually have got venison in the fridge. I've got some venison jerky that I picked up on a trip this last weekend.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Yep. And if I could have any of it, elk.
Elk, yeah.
I mean,
elk
above and beyond maybe any of those options for sure.
Yeah, I do like that. I don't know. There's several like in the seafood realm.
Yep.
That I just love. Shrimp, crab. I will destroy my weight in crab.
Okay. All right. You can have it. I don't need it.
Yeah, it's splendid. Lobster, I'm not a huge fan.
Tastes like soap.
It tastes like dirt most of the time. Anytime I've had it.
Anything you got to drown in butter to get down, I'm not a huge fan of.
There is one person that said puma.
Puma?
He said puma, also known as mountain lion.
All right.
It was a case of self-defense.
Nice.
It was him or me.
Nice. Now, I will say I have not tried it, but apparently mountain lion, you can cook like pork and make like shredded mountain lion and they say it's phenomenal.
Weird.
Like it's this weird cross between a red and a white meat, and they say it's really, really good. Now, there's no part of me that would look at a mountain lion and say...
the other white meat.
There's nothing about that would... I want to look at that creature and think, I'm going to eat that.
Like a puma?
Like a puma. Man, that's an old reference.
That is.
Woo, I haven't thought about those guys in a bit.
So what is the most exotic few meats that you've had?
Okay, so I've had possum.
Okay.
I know it's not exotic, but, redneck exotic.
I mean, sure.
So not a huge fan.
That's a highfalutin redneck right there.
I've had horse meat between you, me, and the wall, because I think... I'm not positive, but I think it's still illegal in some parts.
Sure.
Anyway, I've had it. Also not a fan.
Really?
Not a fan. And I was given the opportunity to try raccoon, but it looked terrible, and I did not eat it. I passed.
Well,
I should have tried it.
You should have tried it. It couldn't have been any worse than the rabbit that we cooked.
Ooh, that rabbit was rough. It was rough. Since then, I've learned that there is proper ways to cook a rabbit, and we did not do the proper ways.
We did. We screwed that up royally.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
That poor rabbit gave his life for nothing.
Well, we tried.
We did try. But
I definitely tried a piece of meat from every section of that rabbit.
And it was all bad.
And every bit of it was terrible. Oh, man.
Yes.
Good times.
I would be interested to hear any of our listeners.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that are not from our area. Go up north. And we got some in Australia.
Yeah.
And even some in Germany, I think.
I'd
be curious to hear what they've eaten.
Couple in Ireland right now.
Okay, so potatoes and lamb.
Yeah,
Okay.
taters and lamb and goat.
Nice. I don't even know if they have goat up there.
Oh, I'm sure they import it.
Maybe.
But okay, I think for me, some of the and I'm very adventurous when it comes to my diet.
Sure.
So I've had some off the wall. I've had frog legs. I love frog legs.
They're decent. They taste too much like fish for me.
Oh, I freaking love me some frog legs. Gator tail.
Gator tail's pretty good.
Gator's amazing.
Yeah.
I've had ostrich.
Okay. I have not had ostrich. Okay.
It's okay.
Have you had emu?
Emu. It is emu.
As we learned on the old Time Suck.
That's correct.
A little shout out to Dan Cummins. We'd like it.
I'm trying to think of some of the other strange stuff. I've had some escargot. Not a big fan.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, nice.
Oysters, not a fan.
Me neither.
A bunch of seafood is kind of sketchy.
Yep. Especially where we live.
Yeah.
Because we know it's at least 2 days from fresh.
Yes, sir. As far as big game, I think elk, antelope, venison.
Oh, I tell you what, antelope's underrated.
It really is.
It's pretty tasty.
I really like it. And I'll tell you the other thing, then you're going to hate me for it because I know you hate it, is dove.
I'm not a fan.
This last year when we went dove hunting, oh my God, I took all those dove breasts.
Yep.
And man, we smoked them puppies.
Yeah.
Bro, that was good stuff.
Now, I will say the slow cook smoking, it definitely adds an element that I was not privy to beforehand. Mm-hmm. And so the ones you cooked were pretty good.
Yeah, they were awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed some smoked dove breast.
Yep. And old Jesse, what do we call him? The
worm?
Yeah, the big worm.
Big worm.
he knows he knows his way around a dove breast too.
That's right.
Yeah, pretty good. If you had to answer the question, what is your favorite? What do you think you would say?
My all-time favorite would probably, I'd have to go with buffalo.
The buffalo?
The buffalo. If money was no object,
yeah.
I would use it for everything.
Yeah, it's pretty good. No fat.
No fat, but you can cut that with a little pork butt.
There you go. Yeah,
and you'd be good to go.
Yep. I'm gonna put elk at the top of my list.
Okay, I like it.
I will give a caveat because I have not tried moose, and I've heard moose is just slightly elevated over elk.
Really? Well, man, that's a big animal.
That's a big dude.
That's a big guy there.
You got lots of meat coming off that dude.
Yeah.
So I looked into. We're getting kind of off in the weeds. I looked into a moose hunt for me and my dad in the next couple of years in Saskatchewan in Canada, and you can get a fully guided moose hunt in Canada for like $4,000.
Wow.
Which it sounds like a lot, but in the hunting world,
That's not terrible.
Not terrible at all. And that covers all your fees and your tag. And you can't even hardly get a whitetail hunt in Texas for $4,000.
Wow.
So pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
So if you're in the market for a moose hunt, you should look into that.
Do some digging.
Yeah, and when you shoot a moose, you should get some of those steaks and send them to us.
Yes.
So we could try them.
Certainly.
Yep.
That way we could add it to our favorites list.
We should. All right, how about question number 3?
Do it.
For some reason, we're sticking on the food.
Yes.
Okay. Question number 3 is, why don't potatoes show they were once attached to a plant?
What?
That's a good one.
Dang.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Hang on now.
Almost a thinky blinder. Not a thinky blinder. Almost a ponder.
Hang on now. Do they not? No, they don't. I mean, they grow underground, so I would have figured
They are connected to a plant. You know, they don't just magically appear underground.
I am an amateur farmer, so I'm going to have to refer to your farming knowledge on this.
All right, so a potato grows, of course, underground, like you said, and the way that you get a potato is from another potato.
Okay.
Okay, so you
It's perpetual motion almost.
It really is. So the pod that holds the seed of a potato is in the potato.
Huh.
So you cut that dude up and you plant that thing, and then the vine grows from that potato seed. So if you've ever left potatoes out on your counter for like months, they'll start growing the little spigglies.
Sure.
The little squiggly digglies.
They get their own little squiggly digglies.
That's actually the potato plant growing. And then they form new seeds, not on top of the ground like a normal plant, but a root vegetable. That's their seed bed.
So they root inside of their own seed?
Yeah, kind of
If you leave it on a countertop?
Kind of. No, no, not really.
Dude, that is super cool.
Yeah, but if you look really close on a potato, on the top, there's 2 little nodules. You have to really look for it, and that's where the vine connected to the seed pod.
So that just getting knocked off during the harvesting process,
I'm
assuming?
Yep.
Okay.
They dig it up, and it falls off.
Huh.
And that's where it is.
Well, I certainly
But
learned something today.
The best answer to the question, why don't potatoes show they were once attached to a plant, comes from a guy named Ogami Ito.
Oh.
Okay? It might be Ogami. I don't know. But I'm going to go with Ogami.
Ogami.
It sounds better. He says the potato doctor removed the placenta very skillfully. And by potato doctor, he technically means farmer.
That's true. That's hilarious.
And what's great about it is the guy that put that on, he's answered in Yahoo Answers 17,000 times.
Holy moly.
You've got to be committed to Yahoo Answers to give 17,000 answers.
If they're all that good, we should follow him.
No doubt. But we can't for very much longer.
I know.
So Yahoo Answers,
is
going away.
away.
So we're going to need y'all to step up your question game.
That's exactly right.
So we don't have any more good questions. Well, we got plenty. But
Send us your questions to our email. The email is theseguysquestions@gmail.com.
or leave us a voicemail.
Leave us a voicemail.
Or comment on Facebook.
Exactly.
Or Instagram. Mm-hmm. Or literally send up smoke signals wherever you are, and we'll get them.
Yes.
Question number 4 from Pooh. Okay.
I love it already.
Okay, now here's the best part.
Okay.
It's where he put the question. So the question is posted in Yahoo Answers, but you know there's all these subcategories.
Sure.
He asked this in cars and transportation, subcategory to the subcategory, maintenance and repairs. So he's asking a question about car maintenance repair.
Okay.
His question is, my toaster has been billowing black smoke for the past 3 days. What do I do?
Maybe he's a long haul trucker.
That is possible.
And this is an attachment that he's got with the 9-volt plug-in. Oh, well, first and foremost, what he needs to do is clean that dang toaster out.
Probably that's the winning ticket.
Or
Clean your toaster, bro.
Or whenever the toast pops up, don't push it back down for round 2, because it's gonna be it's at its maximum toastiness
Nice.
as soon as it pops up the first time.
Well, it depends on where your little knob is.
Well,
Your little toaster knob.
I haven't I haven't manufactured too many of these, but the ones that we'd manufactured back with GE.
Nice. Honeywell.
We did the 3 settings. You could do light, medium, dark.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all subjective, so I immediately hate your product.
Well, we didn't sell many of them. It went bankrupt.
Oh, that GE definitely did not go bankrupt.
That's fair. GE, please don't see us.
I wish I had a couple of shares of GE for sure.
Yes. I seen what they were at the other day.
By the way, it took me a long time in life to realize that the numbers on your toaster dial, that's the amount of minutes your toast stays down.
So you're meaning to say that you didn't want a level 10 toasty toast?
I thought it was just like the subjective reality of the toastedness. It's like, do you want it like light brown? That's a 2. And if you want it a little medium, that's like 5, 6. And if you want it blackened, we're in that 9, 10 level.
You crank that knob to 11, baby.
That's a Spinal Tap toaster. I'm also interested why it's billowing black smoke. I mean, that adds a whole nother element to the situation.
I guess it depends on his definition of billowing.
Yeah, that's
when
true.
I think of billowing,
I mean, it's really coming out there.
There's a rolling fire somewhere, and you got just smoke pumping out.
Maybe he's confusing his toaster fumes for the diesel fumes that's coming out of his smokestack on his big rig.
Well, see, I plug this thing in, and as soon as I accelerate, I get a ton of black smoke. It's just billowing from my toaster. Maybe he's not even really got a toaster. He's just hooking his toast up
to the manifold,
strapping it to his exhaust pipes.
Oh gosh!
Oh,
son,
it's
very exhausting. Imagine if that's the way toasters worked in the trucking world. Like you had to time it just right. You put your toast in, and then you accelerated onto an on ramp. And by the time you got on and up to speed, your toast was done.
You'd pull over, hop out, pull the toast off.
No wonder our freight's so expensive.
No kidding. That's got to be what it is.
It's got to be. All right, so mostly food-related questions for our 4-question segment.
Yeah, very food-centric heavy. And I have a sneaking suspicion as to why. It's because this past weekend, I literally did nothing but eat.
That's true. Me too.
We went to Fredericksburg, and if y'all aren't familiar with Fredericksburg, it's a German town in, I guess, southeastern Texas?
Yeah,
Western Texas?
I would say central.
Central Texas.
Yep. Good old hill country.
And it's just a German town, and there's German food places all over the place.
German food is known for being light and airy.
Mm-hmm. Definitely airy. When I have about 15 bratwurst and sauerkraut and red cabbage.
I don't see too many people pre-marathon eating German food.
No, for sure. And it's, oh, dude, that's all we did.
Eat German food and drink German beer.
Yes. Beer, occasional wine, tons and tons of schnitzels and sausage.
Schnitzels.
Yes.
Yeah, it reminds me of a really good song that's on YouTube.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, here we go.
I got beans, potatoes, tomatoes, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys.
Oh, yeah. You name it. Get it.
So if you haven't seen that particular video, you should check it out.
That's
good
brilliant.
stuff.
Yeah,
I enjoyed our 4 questions today.
They were very appetizing.
Not overly humorous.
No.
But good questions nonetheless. And I learned something about potatoes.
I learned a ton about potatoes. I mean,
greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes.
Greens, beans, potatoes, carrots.
Poo carrots.
Poo carrots.
We got poo carrots and potatoes.
Poo carrots, potatoes.
Yeah. All safe to eat.
They're all safe.
Even on Mars.
I mean, just ask him. He already been up there and done did it. Matt Damon.
I have the joy to introduce a brand new segment, and we're going to kind of kick it to our listeners to help us with the segment. So what we're going to do is we're going to find in these vast corners of the interwebs, there are, as you know, oddities and curiosities that are gems just waiting to be discovered. And we're going to call it something along the lines of, now I thought Pinewood and Beezy's Oddities and Curiosities.
And I thought that was way too long.
It's a pretty long title.
Yeah, it's very mouthsome.
And so Beezy came up with the Oddities of the Interwebs, which is pretty good. And then we kind of both came up with Odditize with these guys.
Yes.
And that one's pretty good too.
Do you like that one?
So we're going to kick it to y'all. Give us a comment. Let us know. And Logan's not allowed to answer because we don't need any of that Snow White Austin crap polluting our segment.
We do still love you, though.
We do. So the segment this week is something Beezy has found in a very obscure corner of the internet. This is a very small population of folks that would be involved in this.
Yeah. So I stumbled across this on my Facebook feed, and for those of you not aware, every state does a state fair. Well, some of the big ranching and farming states like Illinois, Arkansas, Texas.
Yes.
They have what is called a pig calling contest.
A pig calling contest.
Pig calling. So basically is what you do to rustle up your pigs and bring them in for feed.
So when you go out to feed them, you got to call them.
Yep, sure.
And then this is the stuff that they use to call the pigs.
Exactly.
Now, which state does this come from?
This is actually from 2010 Illinois State Fair.
Okay, I believe it's Iowa that in the past had so much pork production, it was actually called Porkopolis.
Oh, wow.
I'm not positive that it's Iowa, but I'm pretty sure. I learned that from Mike Rowe.
Really?
Yeah.
Old Micro, dirty
Mike Rowe.
jobs.
He's got this new show called 6 Degrees.
6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon?
Well, it's believe it or not, it's a play on that.
That's hilarious.
So he goes back in history, he finds a point, and he does 6 degrees to his show.
Huh.
And it's really clever. It's really good.
Interesting. I like it.
I bought Discovery Plus, so my wife could watch Chris and Joanna Gaines.
Of course.
Of course. But there's a ton of other content on there. It's a good value for your buck. And that show's on there. It's really interesting. Okay, so let's dive back in. I'm sorry, got off in the weeds a little bit. All right, so tell us about this pig calling.
So apparently in this pig calling, it's a contest. So they have judges, and they have people that are contestants.
Or are the judges actual pigs?
No.
Oh, see,
no,
I think that would be
cool.
brilliant.
Who could actually call the pigs up to it?
If you just got 20 pigs out in the pasture, whoever calls the most pigs wins.
I mean, sold. I think we should do that.
And you get to keep the pig.
There you go.
I like it.
Beats auction.
It actually does. Everybody, you know what?
All right, we keep getting sidetracked.
That's $1 million idea.
Hey, we haven't had one of those in a couple episodes, so I like it.
So we got helipads and pig calling.
Pig callings, yes, yes. So I'm just gonna play a couple snippets.
Okay, and these are legit people, legit in a competition calling pigs.
Yeah, this is for the 2010 Illinois State Fair Pig Calling Contest.
All right. Good grief. What is that?
He's calling them pigs, baby. He's calling them pigs.
Pig, 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 yeah. Pig, 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 pig.
You've got to be kidding me. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
The best part is watching them.
Okay.
Some of these folks are legit.
Okay, you know,
into
like
it.
a romantic song when they say they're making love to the microphone. Mm-hmm. This is the complete opposite of that. Yeah, they're doing horrible things to the microphone.
I'll make a horror movie with you.
Wow, it sounds like a horror movie.
Oh, so
holy cow!
To take this,
and these are normal-looking folks.
Ish.
I mean, you know,
they look like farmers.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. If I went to a farm and the farmer stepped out and started making that noise, I'm out.
No, you're
no
for
carrots.
Sure. You're on the menu.
I've seen Snatch. I don't need to do that anymore. Oh wait, it's not Snatch, is it?
Yes, with the
Yeah,
bricktop.
with bricktop. Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. Okay,
So to take this oddities even further,
it's worse.
it gets better.
It gets better.
It gets better.
We don't have to listen to that anymore because that would be better.
No, we still get the pleasure of doing that. But there's this guy named Andre Antunes,
Okay.
and he has composed rock music to play while these people are doing these calls.
No way.
Yes.
All
Prepare
right.
your eardrums for this awesomeness. And this is the same.
Oh my gosh.
Hang on.
Frankie? This makes these Frankie.
I think I see him. He's right over there. This one might be familiar.
Oh my gosh.
So, some of these are really, really good.
Holy cow, my friend.
Anyways, you owe it to yourself to go to YouTube and look up pig calling contest goes metal.
Oh my gracious. That's incredible.
Yeah. So
Okay,
I figured-
I need some time. Like, holy cow. That is bananas.
which one?
Woo.
The fact that he made some awesome tunes going to that?
No, I think that's like the icing
The
and
ice
cherry. Like the bulk of it is the fact, number one, the fact that there's dudes out there that practice pig calling.
Not just dudes. There are ladies as well.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm not even joking you.
Okay.
We're just going to leave it at that.
Okay.
I'll show it to you after.
All right. All right. I don't know if I'm looking forward to that or not.
Because it's good.
Now, does he incorporate the ladies into his playing as well?
Yes.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So we'll leave a little teaser for everybody else on the interwebs, so y'all can go check that one out as well. And like I said, go to YouTube and pig calling contest goes metal.
Wow.
And that is what Odditize with these guys is all about.
Whew. I tell you what, for the first one out of the gate, that one's pretty good. I don't know if we're gonna be able to beat that.
That one was solid, bro.
Wow,
I really
incredible.
liked it.
I tell you
really
what, let's get the cobwebs off and do a little thinky blinders.
I like it. Thank you, blinders.
As you know, the 4 questions segment we kind of banter about beforehand. Jeez.
I was gonna let it ride.
Man, the pig calling got my brain. Oh my gosh. I lost my train of thought. Like
I'm pretty sure
I
I'm
think I
gonna
had a
do
pig
that.
stroke. Good gracious. 4 questions we banter about beforehand. Thinky Blinders is just that. It's blind to both of us. We ask each other questions we have to answer on the cuff, and every once in a while we give wonderful answers, and every once in a while not so great. But I will give old Beezy the option, dealer's choice this week, whether to go first or second.
I don't know. Do you have another 2-parter?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, just a standard one, but a serious question, not so fluffy, frilly.
Ah, well, that's no fun.
It might be.
Okay. Well, then I guess let me go first. We'll
All
save
right,
yours
do
for
it.
last. Okay. If you were given $75 million and told you could only spend it on something that would benefit your community, what would you do?
You want to hear something really funny?
You just got offered $75 million to do this?
I picked that exact same question.
You're freaking kidding me.
Nope, it's on my computer right now. I literally pulled up that exact same question. So, a rare find in Thinky Blinders, we're going to answer the same question.
Okay, I like it.
All right, so both of us picked, it's the pigs.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the pigs got in there.
It's the pigs. Okay, If I were given $74 million and told that I could only spend it on something that would benefit our community, what would it be? I would just buy my town.
No.
I could buy my town. I'm pretty comfortable with $75 million.
You probably could.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You most certainly could.
Yeah. If not, I could buy most of it. Like there might be a couple of holdouts that wouldn't sell, but I'm pretty sure I could buy the rest of it. And if I could buy it, what I would do is I'd build a spaceship and I'd sell seats for $20 a month. And I would make sure the people that were on that spaceship were exempt from the Illuminati tax that's definitely coming because, we're all going to get injected with the chip.
Sure, I like it. But
if you're on the spaceship, you don't have to get the chip.
That's fair.
What you do have to do is give me $20 a month. And in all seriousness, man, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot.
You know what's crazy though? It sounds like a lot of money in our world and time. Like it is still a lot of money, but it's not like a whole bunch of money.
It's not buy an island money.
Not really. I mean, you could probably get an island. It wouldn't be a
small one.
Yeah, you might be able to fish off of it.
I mean, really, that's all you really need.
You might be able to have some pigs that you call on occasion. I don't know. That's a good question.
It really is. I can't believe we came up with the same dang question, dude.
It's pretty crazy. I'm gonna transfer it to you real quick. If you thought about anything while you were looking at it.
I honestly was not expecting this.
Me neither.
Because I had an idea, and this was actually something that I've discussed with the wife a long time. I may have actually talked to you about it before.
Okay.
But if I came into just heaps and heaps of money, what I would like to do is go buy several thousand acres.
Yep.
And build my own subdivision.
Nice.
But the whole subdivision would be run off of green energy. So
you mean like a commune?
Well, ish.
Hey, you know what?
But it's not going to be
commune?
Religious based. So
okay.
Technically, it's not a commune at that point.
Okay, so if you don't have a supreme leader, it's not a commune,
right? Right. I'm just the landlord. So, but I'd have like a solar farm, a wind farm, and we could do geothermal heating for all the housing.
I like that.
And then that way, all energy comes to me, and I get to divvy it out so I can charge folks like...
Oh, dang. You went a way different direction for a second.
We charge them like $50 a month for gas and electric. And who's not going to want to move out there when they have stupid low prices like that? And then rent would be cheap. It would be low-income housing, but ungodly awesome houses.
So you're like turning your 74 mil into more mil.
Yes.
Nice.
Invest, bro.
Okay, I like it.
I'm pretty sure Dave Ramsey says some stuff about that.
You got to pay off that credit card debt first, though.
Well, I mean, that's for sure getting paid off.
And the house.
And the house.
The paid off house is the new BMW, baby.
That's right.
All right. I kind of went a similar direction, but a little bit different.
Well, buying the whole town.
Yeah, that was kind of flippant, but I think
so. You're gonna have your own Discovery Plus channel or show where you buy this town and flip it.
Oh my God, that's brilliant! Flip this town.
Flip this town.
Hey, old Fritch, Texas, I'm gonna need you to saddle up to flip this town.
Oh man!
There may or may not be pig calling competitions involved.
Of course,
if
there's not, I wouldn't buy a house there because I've got 74 million as well.
That's hilarious.
I probably won't buy a house if we don't have weekly pig calling contests.
I went with a large farm that would feed the populace.
Okay.
So you literally get rid of all of their inputs. However, as soon as I thought of that, I immediately realized that people would still want their Chicken Express, their McDonald's, their Chicky Nuggies, all of that stuff. So I'm just going to pocket it. Oh, wait, the question said I couldn't do that.
You have to. Well, I mean, it says...
Oh, wait, it says you have to benefit your community.
The community.
I'm part of the community.
So that's benefiting yourself, for sure.
I like it. I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
I will tithe my 10% to the local church. So
now, are you gonna have to do that weekly?
nope. It's a one-time,
Just a one-time
thing.
Just a one-time tax, like Uncle Sam.
Sadly, no. Sadly, no. I wish Uncle Sam was a one-time thing. I really do, but it's not. By the way, a little shameless plug. If you'd like to hear the ins and outs and intricacies of tithing, you can check out Skeptical Zealot podcast, also releasing about the same time as this podcast.
Yep.
And this week's episode is all about tithing and where it comes from and why we do it.
Okay. I like it.
All right. So decent question to an awkward situation.
For sure.
It's like we both wore the same dress to the prom.
It's like we both
I don't
were
know why I
out
said that.
calling the pigs, and they couldn't decide who to go to because we called the same exact way. I hate you.
That's a fair point. Fair point. Well, I've had a dang good time this episode.
Yes.
And I'm
It's been
glad
fun.
that
It's been fun.
glad you're back safe.
Yeah, same with you. I'm sad you didn't get to do any fishing. But
Yeah, maybe next time.
maybe next time.
It is still spring in Texas.
I will tell you, if you go back here soon, make sure you go after noon so you can pop into Pine Woods and actually sample a beer.
I'll give them a fair shake next time I'm down there because I'll be able to go after lunchtime.
There you go. There you go.
All right. I know we got some news updates. Is that right?
We do. We've got a
right.
couple.
Hang on one second.
I got some news updates for you today.
All right. What do you got?
Well, this is actually coming in, and I love the fact that he did this because we've ragged on him enough.
Yeah.
But Logan
Old Snow White Logan?
actually changed his name in the email to Austin Snow White Logan. I'm not even joking. This is why I love Logan. This guy is awesome.
All right. It sticks. Sticks. We got to put him on staff or something.
We should put him on our team.
We'll just call him ASL. People would be like, oh, they do sign language over there? No.
No,
we
not
definitely
even close.
don't.
I don't know. Snow White, what's your thinkings on doing some sign language action?
If ASL could become fluent in ASL, man, we're on something there.
Oh man! So he's actually got he sent it in 2 emails.
Okay.
But he says the first email says, "I'm not an IPA man either." This was talking about when we did the Elysium.
Oh yeah, the space dust.
Space dust last
Yeah.
week. He said he's not an IPA man either, but he prefers the stouts and porters. But that one really stuck with him.
Interesting.
Also, Elon Musk.
Hang on before
Oh.
you go. So that meant he actually went out and tried it?
The
space
space
dust?
dust?
Yeah.
Oh, he was the one that suggested it.
Oh, dang, that's right.
He was the one that suggested that beer like week 2.
Way early.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So
he legit is an OG.
yeah, he's legit OG.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
So, and then he goes on to say, also, Elon Musk said he wants to open up a real life Jurassic Park, which I'm down for.
I'd pay to see that.
I mean, can I fly over it? I just want to get like a little spacecraft and hover over it. Can we
Nice.
get your life ship rolling pretty quick with that 74 mil?
I tell you what, if somebody wants to invest and have a seat,
Yeah. Ooh.
we could build the spaceship with a glass bottom
Oh,
where
I like
you could
it.
see out of it. And you could take on the full experience of Elon
Jurassic
Musk's Jurassic Park.
Without the dangers of getting chewed up by a velociraptor.
And if you do happen to fall in, you just got to listen to last week's episode to figure out
How to survive it.
That's right.
I mean, you'd be good to go.
Bucky, Kentucky's got it made down there.
So, are you going to require the shoulder-mounted
Yep.
side mirrors
That's what falls out of the ceiling if anything goes wrong
instead
on
of
the
the
space.
oxygen mask?
No oxygen mask, just the mirrors that go on the sides.
Beauty.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
So,
Make sure you put the mirrors on your child before yourself.
Yes.
Oh, wait, it's backwards. Put it on
Backward.
yourself.
Put it on
and then
yourself,
your
then the child.
Or you could put them on yourself and then give your child to the velociraptor and then run.
Bait.
Yep.
I mean, survival of the fittest, right?
You don't have to be fastest. You just got to be faster than your toddler.
Then the person that's in front of you.
What if we had weekly velociraptor calling competitions?
Yep.
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 I like it.
That's happening.
Okay.
And actually, I feel like that's going to be the challenge for this next week.
By the way, we did not get any challenges sent in from last week.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in you, Logan.
A little sad from all of yous out there.
But we'll be okay. Y'all, the challenges are going to run forever and ever, amen?
Oh, nice. So they can compound on those challenges at any time.
Most certainly. Okay. So feel free. The challenge last, I guess it was 2 episodes ago.
Was it that long?
Yeah. Wow. So it was send us a ditty of you playing an instrument of any kind. You can suck or be really awesome.
Yep. Kazoo, recorder.
Yes.
Mouth harp. We'll take it all.
Yes. Air banjo.
Air
drum sets. All of it is welcome. And I think the challenge we're going to throw out this week is going to, what were we just talking about?
The Velociraptor calling.
Okay. So we're going to do the challenge this week is send us your submission for the best Velociraptor calling contest.
Nice.
What do you think?
I don't know.
I feel like this is going to be awesome. I'm going to submit one.
You're going to submit one this week?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. All right.
For sure.
If you submit one, I'll submit one. So we'll at least have 2.
Yes. I like it.
And we will do this in the update segment next episode.
Week. Yes.
All right. Perfect.
All right. He actually goes on to say, lastly, there was a Little League World Series player a couple years ago, and his legal, honest-to-God name was Cash Money. And he was a fat white kid.
A little leaguer?
A little leaguer.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cash Money.
Cash Money.
I like that. That's legit.
I actually knew somebody named Cash. Was it
Johnny?
It was Cash Poolin.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
True story.
Okay.
Went to high school with him. So, and then he also goes in with the second email. He's listing his 3 musicals. Sweeney Todd, number 1. South Pacific, number 2.
Nice.
Jersey Boys, number 3.
Pass.
Honorable mentions: Book of Mormon, South Park, Big Longer and Uncut.
All right, I'll give you 2 out of those 3, Logan.
Fair enough.
And wonderful honorable mentions.
Yes, sir, it was.
All right, give us the rest of the updates.
Actually, I believe that's it.
Well, that's it.
That's all we got.
Well, shoot. I know we got people to thank.
Huh? Do what?
We have people to thank.
Oh, yes. So, I was like, what are you saying?
Not think, Think.
I thought we did get people to think on this episode. I don't know where you're going with that.
Either that or they way tuned out. And this has literally become background noise.
Good for them. No, we'll do a quick plug on the socials. We got the Facebook, Instagram at FWTG Podcast. Fraternize with these guys.
Yes.
Find us there. Look up the Discord. Quick link. It's on Facebook and on the website. The website is fwtgpodcast.com. With or without the www.
That's right. Completely optional.
We also want to thank our wives and for letting us do this.
Yes.
They've been.
I will say it takes a lot of time. It takes more time than I really anticipated, and preparation and editing, and it's a wonder that they're still around. Number one, and also it's a wonder that they allow us to continue to do this.
Agreed.
So big old thanks.
Yes, thank you, wives. I want to also thank Myra with My Bellish for making these kick-ass beer steins.
I tell you what, man,
pop sockets.
Pretty impressed.
Yeah, they're legit.
I'm not going to use the pop socket because that's not my thing. I don't need it. But the beer stein looks awesome.
We're definitely going to do an episode with those guys.
Okay, and that's a limited run.
That is a very limited run.
Yeah, and they're going to be $32. Is that right?
I believe so.
Okay, all right.
And then I also want to thank Aaron. He has helped us make some of the shirts.
Yeah.
And that cat, man, he is always out there repping it.
Yep.
He went to Fredericksburg with us.
Beauty.
And he was rocking the hashtag Plumptable shirt.
Nice.
On Saturday.
I hear you picked up his beer tap.
I did.
Beauty.
It was a hefty one.
Yeah, well.
We also want to thank Gwen with the Prairie Blossom Marketplace.
Yep.
Her helping us out with some merch stuff as well.
Yep. And I think more help in the future from her too.
Most certainly. And then everybody else out there that's listening and supporting the podcast, we appreciate everything you're doing. Go to the website, fwtgpodcast.com, and leave us a rating. Please. And subscribe, download the episodes. That's what is keeping us rolling. If you want merch, let us know in an email, Facebook, IG. Just give us your shirt sizes, what shirt you want. If you've got ideas for merch, shoot it to us in an email. We would love it. The email is theseguysquestions@gmail.com.
Beauty.
And I believe that's what we got for updates and all that good stuff.
Great. Are we going to end this on a ponder?
Yeah, let's ponder this. Ponder this? I figure we might as well just keep it in the food realm.
Oh, nice.
That's what the whole thing has been today.
All right.
Spam is just a mashup of the words spice and ham.
Coincidentally, Spam has no spices in it.
Or ham.
All right, man. We'll see you next week.
All right, later.
All right, I gotta know. If you were gonna call a pig right now, if there was a pig in your backyard and you wanted to call him to you.
Oh, are we doing this?
Yeah, what would you do? Best pig call off the cuff.
Okay, off the cuff pig call. Can you give me shoot me a name? Give me a name that
Jerry.
Jerry's my pig.
Jerry's your pig. Dude, that was brilliant. You know what the best part about that?
Nope.
Your poor sleeping dog is terrified right now.
I bet she's coming over here though.
She has no idea what is going on right now.
She pooped a little.